Hi, I'm Dr. Amy French of the Delta College History Department. Today, I'd like to talk to you about Rosa Parks and the Montgomery Bus Boycott. I think many of us know this story. We're taught it often as children. The tale stresses that Parks was a seamstress who was tired and didn't want to give up her seat. We're not given the full picture, though, not even close. And by oversimplifying the story, we rob Rosa Parks of her agency, we obscure the roots of the boycott as a protest against racial violence, diminish the great sacrifice Parks made, and disregard the actions in the same vein made by other activists before her. I'm sure Rosa Parks was tired, but that story takes away her agency and makes her a passive character. It transforms one of her many moments of heroism into a trite story. The story also downplays the Montgomery bus boycott and makes it seem like less of a struggle than it really was. In all, I think the story many of us were told as children whitewashes Jim Crow. So let's look again at what happened. Rosa had years of challenging white supremacy before she played a pivotal role in launching the Montgomery bus boycott. She had been active in the NAACP for over a decade. She saw justice for Black rape victims, supported civil rights campaigns such as voter registration and desegregation in education, and overall looked for ways to dismantle Jim Crow and make life more equitable for African Americans. We're ingrained to just accept the story that Rosa didn't just want to give up her seat to a white person, but that isn't the full extent. African Americans often had to pay at the front of the bus and then go to the back of the bus and enter. The front of the bus had seating for white people, and the back of the bus had seating for Black people. When the white seating got full and a white person was going to have to stand, Rosa refused to give her seat to a white person. Her refusal, she knew she was breaking the law. She knew that at best she would be thrown off the bus. At worst, she could be arrested or even assaulted. She likely worried what would happen to her and her husband after her action. The KKK was very active in Alabama at the time. I'm sure Rosa considered that. No matter how tired she was, these were things she considered before she took action, or in this case, inaction. Once the Montgomery bus boycott started on December 5th, 1955, it took almost a year to succeed. There was almost a year of unsuccessful talks with city officials and bus company leaders. And this had been after years of civil rights activists before them trying to foment change without a boycott. A year of Black residents in Montgomery having to find alternative transportation. Leaders of the boycott, Dr. King and E.D. Nixon, had their homes bombed, but the Black citizens of Montgomery prevailed. In November 1956, the United States Supreme Court affirmed Browder versus Gale, striking down laws requiring segregation in public transportation. In December 1956, leaders ended the bus boycott, entering an integrated bus. The Montgomery bus boycott was over, and Montgomery bus transportation was desegregated. Rosa Parks goes down in history in my book, as an activist and somebody we should remember for her heroism, for her action, and for being a woman who fomented change. Thanks. I'm Dr. Amy French of the Delta College History Department.